the stories of the great God of Moses and Noah, how he saved him in the ark. And then Moses came along and how he had defied the Pharaoh. And we heard these wonderful stories and how God had delivered him into the hands of the Pharaoh by sending him through a river. We had heard these mighty, mighty stories. We've even heard of the wars. Oh, the wars of the Israelites, how they came into every village and destroyed it by the hand of God. They were led, a mighty army of God, and we had heard from them so many stories passed down from generation to generation. The Amorites, the Hittites, we had heard about them all, but now it was in our village. I didn't think it would come to our own village. Most of the men knew me as a harlot. You know, a girl's got to do what she has to do. I was single and alone, but today was going to be different. Today, God was going to come to my home. Suddenly, I heard a knock at my door. And usually I would think it was a visitor. But it was unusually late, and I was quite tired. But when I answered the door, I saw who it was. It was Joshua and two men. I had heard the mighty stories of their wars, so I figured I would entertain them, serve them, and maybe even hear of some of the wonderful stories that the Lord had told them. I wanted to hear firsthand, so I opened the door and let them in. I sat them down at my table, and I feasted with them as they told me these wonderful stories about their God. I asked them so many questions. Question after question I asked them. I wanted to know more about their God. The more I heard, the more intrigued I became. I wanted to know more. Something in my heart was speaking to me. But then there was another knock. So I told the men to hide. I put them in the room and told them to be quiet. So when I went to the door, the soldiers were there looking for Joshua and the two men. "Where are the spies?" they said. Kindly, I said, "They are not here, but you're more than welcome to come in and search my house if you'd like. I have a few guests, but you may come in if you'd like." The soldiers hurried off. One stopped and looked at me. I don't think he believed me. Suddenly I looked at him in his eyes and said, "They are not here." So I took them. I shut my door gently and ran to the back, and I said to them, "Hurry, hide, they will return. Go up to the rooftop, because they will seek your life." Suddenly Joshua, the mighty warrior, turned to me and looked at me, and he says, "Why are you doing this? For your life will be in their hands." And I told them I had heard all the stories about their mighty God. And maybe, just maybe, their God would hear my prayer if maybe I'd help them. And I did believe. I did believe in their stories. Deep down in my heart, I believed. I believed in the God of Israel. Even though I was a harlot, I did believe. "Hurry," I said, "hurry, go to the rooftop. Stay there. And then I will put you over the wall, because the soldiers will search the whole city. And then you must run. You must run." He asked me what could he give me in return. I said, "I know your God. When he delivers our people into your hands, and that he will, that he will. I want to know security for my family. I want to know that your God will protect my whole household and my father's household. I want to live. I want my family to live. Don't let my friends and family be delivered into the God of your Israel. Save my family, that I may live long enough to hear the stories of Israel and your God, that I may also serve him and my father's house may serve him. Hurry to the housetop. That is all I ask in return. he looked at me and he said this, "If you will lay before the scarlet, hang it down over your window, and we will know that your family is to be spared by the God of Israel. This will be your only garment in which we will know, in which your house will be saved. However, if they leave this house, then their blood will be on their own heads." I told him, "I promise you, I will lay this scarlet before my window, and then you will know that my house shall be spared." So suddenly and quickly, I let them know that they must hurry, 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 because they will come, and they will come fast. I looked as they climbed over the wall, and I said, "Remember my family. Remember me." He looked at me and he said, "My God will remember you." I thank God that he did. Days later, they came into our village, and as usual, the God of Israel delivered our village into their hands. But my house was spared. The God of Israel spared my house. He spared a harlot. Understand, my life was nothing but harlotry. Adulterer, some called me. Many wanted to stone me. But then, who could when I lived under the government? They visited me regularly. My garments are paid by them. But the God of Israel remembered me. He remembered my name and my household. He remembered everything about me. He knew my prayer. He saw my face. He spared my father's house and all of my family. So from that day on, we packed our things and we traveled with the Israelites and followed their God. We laid down our practices, our heathen idolatries, all our statues we left behind. All we took was what we could carry so that we could follow the God of Israel. And because of this simple act of sparing their lives, they spared our entire household, and I became a child of the Most High God.